Madagascar 3, Europe's Most Wanted. For the first time in 3D, this is what it says in the press. For the first time in 3D, the Zoosters of Madagascar are on the run, hiding out with the Zoosters of Madagascar.
Well, maybe they should be the Whittisters then. If they're gonna, that's not right.
Okay, so the story is they're still trying to get their way back to the zoo, which if you remember...
They are lost, aren't
they?
Yeah,
they really are. It's been an awfully long time. They're still trying to... And if you've seen the trailers, which do the thing that trailers do now, which is get all the sort of key scenes and put them all together so it's like watching a slightly faster version of the movie. As you'll know, they have to get back, so they've ended up in Europe, and there's a train that's going across Europe, and it turns out it's a circus train, but they can't get on the circus train because they're not circus animals. So in order to be able to get on the train that will then go to New York eventually, well, it'll go to Paris, and then it will go to London, and then they will be picked up by an American promoter who will take them back. They have to pretend to be circus animals. Here's a clip.
All right, animals, we may be your new owners, but we don't want to reinvent the circus wheel here. So just go out, do what you do. Just think this is a fun warm-up for that promoter in London. Right, Marty? Marty?
I want to be a circus horse.
We could pen you white and then pen you pink.
Awesome.
Not laying very low, are we, Marty?
Sonia! Where's the bear? Sonia! We're about to...
Hey, Vitaly! Got your game face on. Yeah, good game face. What is that cat's problem?
I'm a mean Russian cat. It isn't nice to anybody.
Hey, honey, look. Look, I'm doing it.
Guys, stop fooling around.
We're just having a little fun.
Let's let these animals do their show.
Ta-da! Da-da-da-da-da-da-da, circus, da-da-da-da-da-da, Afro, circus, Afro, polka dot, Afro.
Really?
That's funny.
But have you not seen that in the trailer?
No, I haven't seen the trailer.
Do you not go to the cinema?
Yes, I do, but they don't show trailers.
Oh, don't be... Oh, you go to the preview. I mean, do you not go to the cinema?
Well, sometimes.
Okay, if you go to a preview screening, that's one thing. If you go to the cinema, that trailer has been doing the rounds for quite some time, and that scene, that is the scene in the thing. I'm just astonished that you haven't seen it, because the problem is that when that scene comes up in the film, you don't laugh, because I've now seen that scene 15, 20 times, and then it comes up in the film. So here's the thing with Madagascar 3, which has had some very good reviews. When you look at the credits include Noah Baumbach, who did Squid and the Whale and Fantastic Mr. Fox, and the voices include Frances McDormand. So there's all this stuff in the credits which would sort of suggest a smart cinema twist on animation, or a film which is, yes, it's a kids talking animals animation, but on the other hand, it has these people who are involved in smart left field, indie spirited art house cinema. So therefore, it's going to give you a sensibility of that. The interesting thing about Madagascar 3 is that there is very little of that. It is just more of the same. Now, having said that it's just more of the same, that's not necessarily a terrible thing, because actually the first Madagascar was kind of good fun, and of course I have now seen the first Madagascar many times, because it's one of my son's favourite films, and it was just on hard rotation when it came out on DVD. So I've kind of got to know these characters fairly well, and I found this perfectly passable, but it is more of the same. There is a recurrent anti-French gag in it, which is that when they get to France, they start getting chased by this French character who is after them and is therefore the mean French character, and all the way through they are pursued by this mean French character, the Frances McDormand voice. And there's a couple of gags when at one point she starts singing, I think of Rien de Rien, Je ne regrette rien, and it has all those kind of classic anti-French gags in which obviously for obvious reasons I'm a total sucker and find them quite funny. And there's even a gag about freedom fries. At one point there's a box with freedom fries written on something, because you remember the whole thing that when they fell out with the French, they stopped calling them. So there is this sort of slightly narky, anti-French thing going on in the background. It's in the background, absolutely in the background, not sort of forefront. I'm not saying for 1 minute that the film is an anti-French, but it is a film which makes jokes about the French, with which obviously I'm on board. And it's, the visuals are very whiz bang. It's very, very colourful. Apparently, according to the Triv on the IMDb, it is the most sound effects ever used in a animation. I'm not entirely sure how one would add that up, because so much of animation is based on sound effects. So it was absolutely fine, colourful, loud, noisy, innocuous. The only thing that surprised me about it was that it didn't have the indie sensibility that I felt it might have because of the credits. And I did really feel like, okay, now enough. Okay, enough. done, move on, because you are literally just, I mean, we're not on to Paranormal 4 yet, but 3, you know, once was enough, twice was stretching a point, and 3, okay, you got away with it, but move on now. Move on. Nothing to see here.